Hey everybody, this is Nick and Mike with the Rogue Overland Adventure Chat podcast.
And today we're going to have a quick conversation about airing down.
I've been out on many trails actually, believe it or not, where people either don't air down at all or aren't really sure how much they need to air down or if they need to air down. And Mike, I would say I feel like you need to.
Absolutely. When we first started out, I remember rolling around rocky roads in Nevada on 40 pounds of air and just being miserable and having zero traction on anything.
Comfort. That's one of the first things let's focus on, and that is that you do want to air down because that is going to allow the tires to be an extension of your suspension.
Yep.
And by having a little bit of play in the tires, you're going to be conforming to the terrain and they're going to help absorb some of that shock. But now, comfort isn't the only thing. What else is going to happen when we air down, Mike?
So the big thing that happens when you air down is you take your contact patch between your vehicle and the ground and you make it bigger. And what happens is when you let air out of the tire, the little piece that is on the road while you're driving down the road is going to become wider and wider as that tire gets flat. We've all had a flat tire. We've all seen a flat tire, right? And I'm talking no air in it at all.
Pancake.
How much of that tire is sitting on the ground? It's a whole bunch. Now, we don't want to air down that far. Maybe, but anyway, we don't want to air down that far, but we do want to let some air out of the tire so we can find that middle ground between a small contact patch driving down the highway and a giant contact patch from being completely flat on the ground.
Yeah, now we want to hear your comments below. If you are a seasoned off-roader, how much you should air down. Let us know if what we're about to say is what you agree with or not. But I'm going to start with that fine spot between a combination of paved roads and dirt road driving. Okay, so let's call this the light overlanding scenario where you don't want to, you're going to be going back and forth, so you don't want to be spending the time airing up and airing down the whole time. And I will say for most rigs, okay, outside of your really big, just loaded down rigs with campers and things like this, a lot of times I will run right around 25 PSI, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on the ratio of paved roads and how fast those paved roads are gonna be to dirt roads.
Yep, I'll run in that same ballpark. I'm usually on fire roads, dirt roads, stuff like that. I'm in the 20 PSI range and probably 20 to 25 if we're gonna do a little bit of highway in between. Okay. And that's a good comfort level. And that's on a heavy third gen 4Runner. So that's kind of the size vehicle we're talking about, your 4Runners, your Xteras, stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, what do you think, Mike, if we're spending all our time on dirt roads, but we're still not into just the hardcore rock crawling?
I'm probably still gonna shoot for that 25 PSI range.
Okay.
Personally.
All right. And this is where I will say that I will probably, and that's when I say when I jump up or down off of 25, I'll probably go a little bit lighter if it's going to be a rockier dirt road. If it's your fast, what we call 100-mile-an-hour dirt roads, I agree with you on that, Mike. If it's going to be a little slower and a little rockier, then I might jump down to say 22. I know our friend Beardo with the white FJ, he likes to drop down to 22.35 PSI. Little inside joke there. But okay, and then now, Mike, let's say that we're really just on the trail. We're more in the rock crawling area here. We're going to spend most of our day on some harder obstacles. What do you think there?
I've played with this number a lot. I've started at 15 and worked around, and I actually found that my BFG mud terrains on the rims that I have, the width rim and everything, in the red rocks specifically, I'll say, they really like around 10 PSI in them, and they seem to hook up really well in the rocks.
Yeah, and I've run BFG KM3s for a long time, and I'm on a general tire now, mud terrain, and it's very much the same for me. I do not have bead locks, and if you're not familiar, just quickly, bead locks are going to attach your tire to the wheel so that there's not a chance of breaking that bead and spinning the tire right off of the wheel. But I'm also going to be right around 10 PSI. If it's a harder trail, I might come down to 8 PSI, but for the most part, I'm also gonna sit right in that 10 range. I do like to run about a PSI or 2 higher in my back tires, and that's because just for me, when you're going up over an obstacle, right, you're gonna have a lot more weight on that back tire that's waiting to climb up, no pun intended. And so I'll run a PSI or 2 higher in the back tires. Maybe some of you physicists out there or mechanical engineers can tell me that that doesn't do any good, or maybe it does. Comment below and let us know. But yeah, that is a quick summary of PSI. Mike, do you have anything to add to airing down?
Nope, I'm just gonna add, play with the numbers. Different size wheels, different size tires, different weights are all gonna affect those numbers and where you're at. Start a little bit, air down a little bit, and just kind of work in, and you'll find your magic number.
There you go. Now, if you enjoy information like this, smash that like button. Don't forget to check out the full episodes of the Rogue Overland Adventure Chat podcast for more in-depth conversations about things that Mike and I dub adventure related. And you can also check out the Rogue Overland YouTube channel to see some great trail review videos, rig walk around videos, and adventure videos. We'll see you on the trail. Copyright Rogue Overland 2024, all rights reserved.